Hi, myself Ramu from Chemistry Minds. If you want the PDF of this particular lecture, I have provided a link in the description box. You can go and download it. If you like the video, then please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel Chemistry Minds.
Hello students, today we are going to study about the applications of equilibrium constant. Applications of equilibrium constant. Okay, there are three important applications regarding the equilibrium constant. Number one, to predict the extent of reaction on the basis of its magnitude. That means the K equilibrium, the magnitude of the K equilibrium, that is Kc or Kp, on which we can predict the extent of reaction. Number two, to predict the direction of the reaction based on the equilibrium constant value, whether the reaction occurring in forward direction or in the backward direction, we can predict the direction of the reaction. Okay. Number three, to predict the equilibrium concentrations of various species. Now, when we know the equilibrium constant, then we can calculate the concentration of each species at equilibrium. Okay. Now, the first application is to predict the extent of reaction. Okay. On the basis of the numerical value or magnitude of the equilibrium constant, the reaction indicates the extent of the reaction. Okay. The magnitude of Kc or Kp is directly proportional to the concentration of the products and inversely proportional to the concentration of the reactants. That means the Kc or Kp directly proportional to the concentration of the reactants and directly proportional to the concentration of the products and inversely proportional to the concentration of the reactants. Why? Because we know the formula of Kc or Kp. Generally I am writing the Kc expression. Kc is equal to concentration of the products whole divided by concentration of the reactants. Okay. The magnitude of the Kc, if the Kc value increases, that means numerator should increase than denominator. That means in the numerator products are there, so that's why if the concentration of products increases, indirectly Kc value increases. Okay. Now here there are three important Kc values. The range of the Kc value. Number one, if the Kc value greater than 10 to the power 3, this is what? 10 to the power 3, that is 1000. If more than 1000, then products are predominate over the reactants. That means in this case the Kc value is very large and the reaction is almost nearly to completion, almost go for completion, because the Kc value will be very large. Number one. Number two, if the Kc value less than 1 by 1000, that is 10 raised to minus 3. 10 raised to minus 3. That means the Kc value is very small and reaction proceeds very hardly, very rarely. That means reaction proceeds very difficultly. Now the third one, if the Kc value in between 10 raised to minus 3 to 10 raised to plus 3, then there is a appreciable concentrations of both reactants and products in the mixture. Reactants and products are present in the reaction mixture. Once again, here I am giving one table in which the equilibrium constant value, here the equilibrium constant value 10 raised to minus 3, here the equilibrium value 10 raised to plus 3. If the equilibrium value is less than 10 raised to minus 3, that means the reaction proceeds very hardly. That means in the reaction almost reactants are present and products are negligible. If the equilibrium constant value greater than 1000, then the reaction proceeds almost to completion. That means almost products are obtained. Negligible reactants. That means negligible reactants. Are you getting my point? This is the 10 to the power minus 3 greater than Kc value. Here the Kc value less than 10 to the power minus 3. If the Kc value lie in between these two, then the reactants and products both are present at equilibrium. Reactants and products both are present at equilibrium. Are you getting my point? Now here we have some numericals. The first problem, I am reading, 1 mole of capital A is taken in 1 liter closed container. That means we have one reactant capital A 1 mole, it is taken in the 1 liter container. Okay, the equilibrium constant of the following reaction, that is A equilibrium B, is given 10 raised to 5. This is 10 to the power 5. Okay, then find the equilibrium concentrations of A and B. Now how to solve this problem? First of all, what is the chemical equilibrium given to you? A equilibrium B. Okay, now here initially, that means time interval 0. Here we have in the container only 1 mole of a reactant A. There is no moles of the product B, 0 moles. Are you getting my point? Now here the Kc value given to you 10 raised to 5, very high value. That means the reference value in the above expression I told you greater than the 10 raised to 3, the reaction almost go for completion. The information regarding the Kc, which is a 10 to the power 5, that means the K equilibrium is very high. Okay, that means the concentration of reactants, which is capital A, almost tending to 0. Are you getting my point? This is a valuable information which we have to remember. When the equilibrium constant is greater than 10 to the power 3, then we have to consider almost reactants are negligible and maximum concentration of products will be present. Okay, let's suppose if the reaction occurring or if the reaction attain the equilibrium, the time interval T, that is the equilibrium time interval. Let's suppose here I am subtracting the x moles of A consuming and x moles of B will be formed, because the 1:1 stoichiometry ratio. If 1 mole of A decomposes, then 1 mole of B form. If x moles of A decomposes, then x moles of B obviously should form. Now what I am doing here, let 1 minus x value taken as y. Okay, 1 minus x value taken as y. Are you getting my point? Now here what is the x value from here? 1 minus y. Now here the concentration of reactants almost tending to 0. That means the y value almost tending to 0. This is very important. When the y value almost tending to 0, then we can write the x value here. What is the x value? 1 minus y. If the y value tending to 0, instead of y, if I put the 0, 1 minus 0, 1. 1 minus 0, 1. Are you getting my point? This 1 minus x I am taking y. This 1 minus x I am taking. This is a approximation. Once again, here 1 minus x I am taking the y. That is y almost tending to 0. So in terms of y, the x value 1 minus y. So 1 minus y, whatever the y value almost tending to 0, that's why I am simply taking the y value 0. 1 minus 0 is equal to 1. Okay, now what is the Kc expression here? Concentration of the products upon concentration of the reactants. Okay, now the K equilibria given to you 10 raised to 5. Concentration of a B, that is a 1, that is 1 minus y, approximately 1 because y tending to 0, divided by concentration of A, that is the y. Now what is the y value? 10 raised to minus 5. 10 raised to minus 5. Are you getting my point? Now here the question is concentration of species at equilibrium. Concentration of A at equilibrium, that is equal to y. Okay, what is the y value? 10 raised to minus 5 moles per liter. Moles per liter. Now what is the concentration of B at equilibrium? The concentration of B is equal to 1 minus y. Y value very less as compared to 1. That's why y I am ignoring. So 1 minus y, that is y considered almost tending to 0. So I am taking 1 minus 0, that is 1 mole per liter. Are you getting my point? Now come to second problem. In this problem, initially 2 moles of capital A, 3 moles of capital B taken in a 2 liter closed vessel. Okay, if the equilibrium constant of the reaction is 10 raised to 6, this is the 10 to the power 6. Okay, then calculate the equilibrium concentrations of A, B, C and D. The reaction is given A plus B equilibrium C plus D. Okay, now first of all write the given reaction, that is A plus B equilibrium C plus D. Okay, now initially, that means time taken 0, 2 moles of A given to you and 3 moles of B given to you. There is no moles of C and no moles of the D. Number of moles of CD initially 0 and 0. What is the Kc given to you? 10 raised to 6. Once again the Kc value greater than 1000, that is 10 cube. That means the Kc is very high. That means the concentration of the reactants almost tending to 0. This is very important assumption. Okay, now here capital A 2 moles, capital B 3 moles. Now here there are 2 different reactants are there. On the basis of the LR, that is the limiting reagent. The concept here we are applying limiting reagent. Now the given moles divided by stoichiometric coefficient. The given moles 2 and the stoichiometric coefficient of A is 1. 2 by 1, that is 2. Given moles of B 3. Stoichiometry 1. 3 by 1. So here 2 by 1 is the smaller value. That's why capital A is a LR, that is the limiting reagent. Are you getting my point? Now here let's suppose X moles of A consume, according to which X moles of B should consume, because 1:1 ratio. So X moles of C, X moles of D will be formed because 1:1 ratio. Okay, let's suppose which is a limiting reagent that has to consume, that concentration should be tends to 0. So what I am doing here, 2 minus X value I am taking tending to 0. Are you getting my point? That means 2 minus X value tending to 0. Let's suppose 2 minus X value, let's suppose this is Y. That means Y tending to 0. Now 3 minus X value become what? 1 plus Y. Because 2 minus X value Y, 3 minus X value 1 plus Y. And X value from here, X value, what I am taking here, just wait. I am taking 2 minus X here, 2 minus X 0. So X value how much? 2. X value 2 minus X tending to 0. So X value become 2 minus 2 minus 1 minute, 2 minus X, 3 minus X, X. Next Y, 1 plus Y. This is 2 minus Y This is also 2 minus y. 2 minus y. That means this 2 minus x value I am taking what? Y. 2 minus x value I am taking what? Y. Where y tending to 0. So x value become how much? 2 minus y. X value become how much? 2 minus y. Are you getting my point? Now here, if you put the y value tending to 0, here the y value as it is written 1 plus y. If you add 0, almost the value become 1. Okay, addition, subtraction, the negligible value y. So here I am writing 2 minus y. So y is negligible. Here also 2 minus y is negligible. Why y is negligible? The concentration is almost tending to 0. So the y value, do not consider the y value tending to 0. Y value tending to 0. Here the y value should be taken. Are you getting my point? Now here, what is the expression for Kc? Kc is equal to concentration of C multiplied by D whole divided by concentration of A multiplied by concentration of B. Okay. Now what is the Kc value given to you? 10 raised to 6. What is the C concentration? That is 2. D concentration is also 2. Whole divided by A concentration. What is the concentration of A? Y. Concentration of B? 1. From here, what is the y value? Y is equal to 4 into 10 raised to minus 6. Are you getting my point? This is the number of moles of y. Are you getting my point? Now, the container has capacity of 2 liter. This is very important. 2 liter container we have. Okay. Now, what is the formula to calculate the concentration? Number of moles upon volume in liter. Yes or no? To calculate the concentration, the formula is number of moles divided by volume of the container in liters. So here we are writing the concentration of A, B, C, D at equilibrium. Now concentration of A at equilibrium is equal to how many moles of A? Y moles. That is 4 into 10 raised to minus 6 moles divided by volume of a container 2 liters. So 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 moles per liter. Moles per liter. Are you getting my point? Now what is the concentration of B at equilibrium? The concentration of B at equilibrium is equal to 1 mole by container volume 2 liters, that is 0.5 moles per liter. Now the concentration of C at equilibrium and the concentration of D at equilibrium, both the values are how many moles of C and D? Each 2 moles. 2 divided by volume of the container 2 liters, so 1 mole per liter. 1 mole per liter. So these are the equilibrium concentrations. Okay. Now come to next problem. Here we have initially 1 mole of a capital A and 2 moles of a capital B. Okay, in a 1 liter closed vessel. Find the concentrations of A, B, C, D at equilibrium for the following reaction, that is A plus B equilibrium to C plus D, and equilibrium constant value given to you 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 8. That means the K equilibrium value is very small. The K equilibrium value is very small. That means the reaction proceeds very difficultly, very hardly the reaction proceeds. So I am writing the equation A plus B equilibrium 2C plus D. What are the initial concentrations of reactants? 1 mole of A and 2 moles of B. Okay, so number of moles of C and D 0. Now when the reaction attains the equilibrium, let's suppose here X moles of A consume, then X moles of B is also consumed. So remaining moles of A 1 minus X, B 2 minus X, and the formation of number of moles of C 2X, because 1 is to 1 is to 2 is to 1. So 2X moles of C and X moles of D will be formed. Here the concept is K is very small. very small. That means the concentration of products almost to tending to 0. Concentration of a products almost to tending to 0. If the x value tending to 0, 1 minus concentration of product is x. So x value tending to 0, that means 1 minus 0, 1. 2 minus 0, 2. Here I am taking the 2x, here I am taking the x. Are you getting my point? That means here 1, here 2, here 2x, here x. Now what is the Kc expression here? Concentration of C whole square, concentration of D whole divided by concentration of A and concentration of B. Are you getting my point? Now here the volume of a container given how many liters? 1 liter. Okay, so if you divide the total moles by 1, you will get the concentration. So no need to divide the volume, okay, because the volume is unit volume. Are you getting my point? Now here what is the Kc given to you here in the question? 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 8. What is the concentration of C? 2x. 2x whole square. Concentration of D, x whole divided by concentration of A, 1 into concentration of B is 2. Are you getting my point? Here 4x cube is equal to 3.2 into 10 raised to minus 8. Okay, from here x cube is equal to 8 into 10 raised to minus 9. From here x is equal to 2 into 10 raised to minus 3. This is the concentration at equilibrium, x value. Okay, now from here the concentration of A at equilibrium, how many moles of A? 1 mole per liter. Okay, concentration of B at equilibrium is also 2 minus 0, that is the 2 moles. The container volume is 1 liter. Now what about the concentration of C at equilibrium? That is a 2x. 2 into, what is the x value? 2 into 10 raised to minus 3. So 4 into 10 raised to minus 3 moles per liter. And one more, concentration of D at equilibrium. What is the concentration of D at equilibrium? X. That is 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 moles per liter. Are you getting my point? Now here one question is there. Which oxide of nitrogen is most stable? Now here the concept is nitrogen oxide is present on the LHS, left hand side nitrogen oxide is present. On the right hand side nitrogen oxide decomposition to give nitrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, oxygen. Now the question is the most stable oxide of nitrogen. That means from the nitrogen oxide is present on the left hand side, that is reactant side. That means just now I told you, if the K equilibria very larger, so the concentration of products will increase. If the K equilibria very small, then the concentration of reactants will be very high. So we have to see the concentration of reactant, that is the nitrogen oxide. Now in 4 options where the K equilibria will be small, K equilibria will be small, that is the option number. First option 10 raised to 16 is there, 10 raised to 30 is there. Second option 10 raised to 34 is there, 10 raised to 33 is there. So among the 4 options 10 raised to 16 is the lower value. That means the equilibrium almost to go to very difficult. That means almost reactants are present. That means reactant means nitrogen dioxide. That means option number A, that is the first option. Are you getting my point? This is the decomposition reaction. Remember, if the K equilibria very small, then the concentration of reactants will be maximum. If the K equilibria is very large, then the concentration of products will be maximum. Okay. Now come to second application, that is the predicting the direction of the reaction. This is very important. Now here Let's suppose I have one equation A plus B equilibrium to give C plus D. Okay, at any stage of the reaction other than the equilibrium stage, the ratio between the molar concentration of the products to that of the reactants is known as reaction coefficient. Reaction coefficient, usually represented by QRQC. QRQC. Okay, that means suppose I have A moles, 1 mole of capital A, 1 mole of capital B. They combine to give 1 mole of capital C and 1 mole of capital D. Okay, this is the equilibrium given to you. Now here in this equilibrium, let's suppose I am taking small a moles of A, small b moles of B. There will be no products, let's suppose. Now this reaction will obviously occur in forward direction only. Why? Because there is no product, only reactants are there. Obviously reactant has to combine to give the product. That means the reaction favorable in forward direction. Are you getting my point? Let's suppose two reactants and only one product is present. Let's suppose C moles of C, small c moles of capital C is there and number of moles of D 0. Still the reaction occurs in the forward direction only, because out of the two products only one product is present in the container. There is no other product, so it is not possible backward reaction. For backward reaction to possible, both the product must be present in the container. Okay, let's suppose I have one reactant and one product. Is the reaction possible? No reaction. Why? Because one reactant absent, one product is also absent, so this reaction cannot possible. Let's suppose two reactants are absent but two products are present in the container. Yes, the reaction occurs, but in backward direction occurs, because only reactants are present in the container. That's why the reaction occurs in backward direction. Let's suppose only one reactant is present, other reactant is absent, but two products are present. Still the reaction occurs in the backward direction only, because one reactant is absent. Now let's suppose all the reactants and all the products are present. Then the reaction may be occur in forward direction or backward direction, or the reaction exists in equilibrium. The possibilities what I am writing here. Okay, now here how to predict the direction of the reaction. Okay, now here we know from thermodynamics delta G is equal to delta G naught plus RT ln QC, where QC is called reaction coefficient. Okay, now at equilibrium delta G 0, this is a condition for equilibrium. So from here shall write delta G naught is equal to minus RT ln K equilibrium. QC nothing but here K equilibrium. Okay, now this is a very important relation between the change in Gibbs energy in the standard condition and equilibrium constant. Okay, now this is the ln. If you convert the ln into log log, we have to multiply it with 2.303. That means delta G naught is equal to minus 2.303 RT log of K equilibrium. Okay, this is a very very important relation between the standard Gibbs energy change versus equilibrium constant. Okay, now here for any reaction at equilibrium, then we can write the same expression just like equilibrium constant. I am writing the reaction coefficient QC is equal to concentration of the products whole divided by concentration of the reactants. Concentration of the reactants. Same expression we can apply at equilibrium condition also. Concentration of products upon concentration of reactants. Okay. Now the difference between the K equilibrium, that is the equilibrium constant, and reaction coefficient. Reaction coefficient at any stage, at any time interval, but it is only at equilibrium stage. At equilibrium stage, this is very important. Whatever the concentrations we are writing, the concentrations under equilibrium condition only. The concentrations under equilibrium conditions only. Are you getting my point? Now here the time approaching, the time is nothing but the equilibrium time interval. Other than the equilibrium time, this is the reaction coefficient. Now the basic difference between the reaction coefficient and chemical, that is the equilibrium constant. Now the reaction coefficient is a variable value, but equilibrium constant is a constant at a particular given temperature. In the last lecture I told you the effect of temperature on the equilibrium constant, that is very important. Now number 2, this reaction coefficient is a calculated value, but this is given value, that is a experimental value. So in the question it must be given to you. Okay, need not to calculate. If the concentrations at equilibrium given, then we can calculate the K equilibrium. Otherwise it is experimental data. And one more important thing, it is defined at any time interval, but it is defined only at equilibrium stage. It is defined only at equilibrium stage. This is very important. QC and K equilibrium. Now here, depending upon the equilibrium constant QC and the reaction coefficient depending upon the equilibrium constant Kc and the reaction coefficient Qc, we can predict the direction of the reaction. Number 1, if the Qc value is less than the Kc, that means Qc is small and Kc will be high, then the equilibrium shift in the forward direction, that is towards product formation. This is very important. Number 2, if the Qc greater than the Kc, then the reaction proceeds in the reverse direction, that is the backward direction, that means towards reactant side. If Qc and Kc both are equal, then the reaction attain equilibrium. That means both forward and backward reactions are continue to take place. Once again, Qc less than Kc, forward reaction occurs. Qc greater than Kc, reverse, that is the backward reaction occurs. Qc is equal to Kc, both the reactions occur continuously with equal rate, that is the equilibrium. So there is the 3 cases may be represented diagrammatically as follows. In the first diagram, Qc magnitude less than the Kc. Are you getting my point? That means the reaction tending to move in forward direction. This is the forward direction. Are you getting my point? Now here in the next case, Qc greater than Kc, that means the reaction tending to move in backward direction, backward reaction. Now third case, when Qc, Kc both are present, both are equal, then the system under equilibrium, system will be existing equilibrium condition. This is a very important objective question. Okay, now come to, there are some problems regarding the direction of the reaction. Okay, now the first problem is given to you, A plus 2B equilibrium 3C. Okay, now Kc value given to you 10, Kc value given to you 10, 1 liter container, 5 moles of C, 10 moles of B and 1.25 moles of A, 1.25 moles of A. Then predict the direction in which the reaction is moving. Okay, number 1, here First of all, write the equation A plus 2B equilibrium 3C. What is the Kc value given to you? 10. Now write the Qc expression just like Kc expression, concentration of C to the power 3 whole divided by concentration of A multiplied by concentration of B to the power 2. Okay, what is the concentration of C given to you? 5 moles. So 5 cube, 5 into 5 whole divided by, what is the concentration of A given to you? 1.25 moles. What is the concentration of B value given to you? 10 moles. So 10 into 10. So this value is 1. This value is what? 1. What is the Kc given to you? 10. What is the Qc here? 1. That means Qc less than Kc. Qc less than Kc. Now Qc less than Kc, that means the reaction proceeds in forward direction. The reaction proceeds in which direction? Forward direction, because Kc value very high. When the Kc value very high, the reaction tending to move in forward direction. Reaction tending to move in forward direction. The direction of the system is very important. Forward direction. Okay. Now come to question number 2. Here A plus B to give 3C. So first of all, I am writing the directly Kc expression, C cube whole divided by A into B. Okay. Now this is actually not Qc. This is not Kc. This is Qc, because we are calculating the Qc. But because Kc already in the question given 10, 15, 10.66. Okay. In each case we have to compare. Okay. Now what is the concentration of C given to you here? What is the concentration of C given to you in the vessel? 4 moles. A 1 mole, B 2 mole, C 4 moles. So concentration of C 4 mole. Remember, the volume of a vessel is very important. The volume of the container is 3 liters. We have to calculate per liter. So that's why I am writing here 4 by 3 whole square. 4 by 3 whole cube. 4 by 3 whole cube. Whole divided by, what is the concentration of A given to you? 1 mole divided by volume of the container. Okay. What is the concentration of B given to you? Moles given to you 2 moles, and the volume of the container is 3 liters. So per liter we have 2 by 3. Are you getting my point? Which is equal to 32 upon 3. 32 upon 3, which is equal to 10.66. 10.66. Now, first question. In the first question, what is the Kc given? 10. Now the Qc 10.66. That means Qc greater than Kc. First question. That means the system tending to move in reverse direction, backward direction. Number 1. Number 2. Second question, that is a question B. Question A, question B, question C. Okay. This is the first question A. Next come to second question B. In the second question B, what is the Kc given to you? 15. But the Qc only 10.66. That means Qc less than Kc. That means system is shifting in forward direction. Now the question number C, third question, the Kc value 10.66, which is equal to the Qc value. That means Qc is equal to Kc. That means system under equilibrium. System is under equilibrium condition. This is very important direction. Okay. Now this question, that is a thermodynamics related question, is also this is because the standard Gibbs free energy change is given and find the equilibrium constant. Now here I derived one relation between the delta G naught versus K equilibrium. So this is the relation between the delta G naught versus K equilibrium. This relation is very important relation. Okay, now directly I am writing that relation. What is the relation here? I am using delta G naught is equal to minus 2.303 R T log of equilibrium constant. Remember, this equilibrium constant may be Kc or may be Kp, depending upon the question. Depending upon the question. In the question, what is the equilibrium constant is asking? Kp is asking. So our equilibrium constant is Kp. Okay. Now here log of Kp is equal to, shall I write minus delta G naught whole divided by 2.303 RT. Okay. Now what is the delta G naught value given to you? Minus 125.52. Minus or minus? Plus 125.52. That is the kilojoule unit. This is very important. Whole divided by 2.303. What is the R value in kilojoules? 8.314 whole divided by 1000. This is very important. Generally students think R value 0.0821 liter ATM per mole per Kelvin. Yes, that is also correct. When the pressure is given in ATM, volume is given in liters. But here the unit for delta G naught is kilojoule, according to which R value should be taken in the same units. Okay. Now into what is the temperature given to you? 298 Kelvin. Okay. 298 Kelvin. Now from here we can calculate the log of Kp, log of equilibrium constant in partial pressures, which is equal to 21.99. Now here I want to calculate the Kp. Kp is nothing but the anti-log. Kp nothing but what? Anti-log of 21.99. Anti-log of 21.99 nothing but 10 raised to 21.99. 10 raised to 21.99. Okay. This Kp value I am writing 10 to the power 21 into 10 raised to 0.99. If the bases are equal, powers must be added. So I am writing 10 raised to 0.99 into 10 raised to 21. 10 raised to 0.99 almost if you want nearly if you want to write the answer, you can take the 10. But actually, strictly speaking, this value 9.96 into 10 raised to 21. 10 raised to 21. So this is a very important relation. What is the relation here? Delta G naught equal to minus 2.303 RT into logarithm of K equilibrium. Okay. Now come to next calculation of this is the application number 3, calculation of the equilibrium constant. Okay. Now how to calculate the equilibrium concentration of the various species? Here there are different types of questions given in the competitive examination. The first type of the question, when the equilibrium constant is given, that is Kc given or Kp given, find the equilibrium concentration of the species. Let's suppose we have one question, Kp for ClF3 gas, equilibrium ClF plus F2 gas. The K equilibrium, that is the Kp given to you 0.2. Initially only ClF3 present with a partial pressure of 0.15 atm. Then find the equilibrium partial pressures of all the species. Okay. Now first of all, what is the reaction given to you? ClF3 equilibrium ClF plus F2. Now initially time interval 0, only you have ClF3 which is 0.15 atm. Okay. There is no product, so 0 atm, 0 atm. When the reaction tending to equilibrium, let's suppose out of the 0.15 atm, let's suppose P atm decomposes. When PATM decomposes, PATM CLF and PATM F2 gases will be formed. And the Kp value given in the expression in the question, that is a 0.2. Now what is the Kp value here? Kp is equal to partial pressure of the CLF multiplied by partial pressure of the F2 whole divided by partial pressure of the CLF3. Okay, now 0.2 is equal to partial pressure of CLFP and F2 is P whole divided by PCl3 partial pressure 0.15 minus P. Okay, now after simplifying this expression, you will get P square plus 0.2P minus 0.03 is equal to 0. Do you know ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, quadratic expression having the roots x is equal to what? Minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. Okay, now I am solving the root value, that is the p value. P is equal to minus b, that is 0.2 plus or minus under root of b square 0.2 whole square 0.04 minus 4 into a value 1, c value minus 0.03. Okay, whole divided by 2 into 1 2. Now here minus 0.2, I am taking the positive value only, minus of minus plus. Okay, so overall the under root you will get 0.16 whole divided by what? 2. So this is minus 0.2, so this will be 0.4 whole divided by 2. So finally P is equal to how much? 0.1 atm. 0.1 atm. Now the final answer, what is the equilibrium pressure of CLF3 at equilibrium? Where? At equilibrium, that is 0.15 minus 0.1, that is 0.05 atm. 0.05 atm. Okay, now the partial pressure of CLF and F2 both are P, so directly I am writing partial pressure of CLF equal to partial pressure of Cl2 will be equal to what? P atm, that is the 0.1 atm. So this is the equilibrium pressures of all the species. Okay, here the question is Kc or Kp given to you, initial concentrations given to you. The question is calculate the concentrations at equilibrium. At equilibrium. Now one more question is there. A plus 2b equilibrium gives C. Okay, gives C. Now Kc value 0.25 in a closed vessel of 5 liter. This is very important. What is the volume of the container given to you? 5 liters. How many moles of A must be mixed with 4 moles of a B to yield 1 mole of a C at equilibrium? First of all, write the reaction, that is A plus 2B equilibrium C. Now let's suppose initial condition, we don't know how many moles of capital A. Let's suppose small a moles of capital A is added to how many moles of capital B? Small b moles of a capital B. Initially we don't know how many moles of C will be formed, how many moles of C will be present. But when the reaction tending to equilibrium, let's suppose here x moles of A decomposes. Out of the 4 moles, 2x moles of B is also decomposed because 1:2 ratio. Okay, now x moles of C will be formed. Now in the question, the value of the number of moles of C given indirectly at the ending of the statement, 1 mole, so x value is 1. When the x value is 1, 4 minus 2x, that is 4 minus 2 become 2. A minus x means A minus 1. Are you getting my point? Now what is the Kc expression here? Concentration of C whole divided by A into B square. A into B square. What is the concentration of C? That is 1. Whole divided by, remember, the volume of the container is very important. How many liters of the container? 5 liters. Okay. Whole divided by A minus 1 moles of capital A, whole divided by 5 multiplied by 2 moles of capital B, whole divided by 5. Here the stoichiometry of a B is 2. That's why I am writing whole square. Okay. From here, if you solve this, what is the Kc value given to you? 0.25. What is the Kc value given to you here? 0.25. So 0.25 is equal to, here 5 square whole divided by A minus 1 into 2 square. Okay. A minus 1 into what? 2 square. A minus 1 into 2 square. So after solving this, you will get A is equal to 26. A is equal to how much? 26. A is equal to how much? 26. Okay. Next, here one question is given for you. Try yourself. Okay. I am writing the concentration of PCl5 at equilibrium, that is 0.5 moles per liter. Concentration of Cl2 at equilibrium, that is 1 mole per liter, and concentration of PCl3, that is given, which is equal to 1 mole per liter. Okay. Now next one, 2SO2 plus O2 gives 2SO3 at equilibrium. The Kc value 100. The volume of the reaction vessel is 10 liters. Calculate the moles of O2 at equilibrium. Here the condition, at equilibrium number of moles of SO3 are double of the number of moles of SO2. Number of moles of SO3 are double the number of moles of SO2. So I am writing directly, what is the Kc equal to concentration of SO3 whole square whole divided by concentration of SO2 whole square multiplied by concentration of the O2. Okay. Now what is the concentration of, what is the Kc value given to you? 100 is equal to concentration of SO3, that is let's suppose concentration of SO3 as it is I am writing, but the condition is volume of the container. What is the volume of the container here? 10 liters. So we have to include the 10 here. So I am writing here concentration divided by volume of the container 10 liters. Okay. Whole divided by SO2 concentration divide number of moles of SO2 divided by volume of the container. Okay. Into what is the number of concentration, number of moles of O2 divided by volume of the container 10 liters. Okay. Now here 100 is equal to, here in the last information, that is the number of moles of SO3 double the number of moles of SO2. Double the number of moles of SO2. Are you getting my point? If the SO3 value, shall write 2 into number of moles of SO3. So SO3 SO2 will get cancelled. So you will get the 2 square means 4. Okay. Into 10 whole divided by concentration of the O2. Concentration of the O2. From here, the concentration of the O2 will be equal to 0.4 moles per liter. Now the question is not the concentration. Question is the number of moles. Okay. Now this is per mole. This is per liter of the container. Per liter of the container there are 0.4 moles, but our container is 10 liters. Our container is 10 liters. So number of moles of O2 is equal to total concentration multiplied by the total volume of the vessel, that is equal to 4 moles. That is equal to what? 4 moles. Okay. Now here the next case, if the Kc, calculation of Kc, Kp, if the equilibrium concentrations are given. This is a direct question. This is a direct question. If the concentration of the species at equilibrium is given, so it is very easy to calculate. Let's suppose we have one equation a plus 2b gives c. So directly we can write the Kc expression, concentration of C whole divided by concentration of A multiplied by concentration of B whole square. Okay, it is a direct question. What is the concentration of C given to you? 4 moles. Remember, container is 5 liter volume, so divided by 5. Okay, whole divided by, how many moles of A will be present here? How many moles of A will be present here? 2 moles divided by volume of the container multiplied by, how many moles of B will be present? 5 moles. How many moles of B will be present here? 5 moles by volume of the container whole square. Are you getting my point? From here the Kc value is 2. The Kc value is 2. Are you getting my point? This is very simple. By only the, in this question, the concentration of the species at equilibrium. Remember, all the concentrations of the species should be given where? At equilibrium. Then we can directly use the Kc expression. Directly we can use the Kc expression. Okay. Now one more case is there. If initial moles or concentrations are given, only initial moles or concentrations are given. Now we have nitrogen combining with hydrogen, equilibrium, ammonia to form ammonia. This is the chemical reaction. Now initially, how many moles of dinitrogen is there? In the question, 5 moles of nitrogen and 10 moles of hydrogen. So I am writing here 5 moles, here 10 moles. Initially there is no ammonia. This is very important. When the system attains the equilibrium, let's suppose here x moles of nitrogen decomposes, then 3x moles of hydrogen should decompose according to the stoichiometry, that is 1:3 ratio. Then the 2x moles of ammonia should form. Are you getting my point? Now here how to find the x value? Unless until we do not know the x value, it is not possible to calculate the Kc expression, Kc value. To calculate the x value, there is one information given to you. The equilibrium, if the equilibrium mixture on analysis required 6 moles of hydrochloric acid. Now here, what is the concept of this statement? 6 moles of HCl is used for the neutralization of the mixture. In this mixture, nitrogen is present, hydrogen is present, ammonia is also present. Do you know ammonia is a base? Yes. Base can be neutralized by whom? Acid. That means hydrochloric acid neutralized by whom? Ammonia. So the ratio should be 1:1. 1 mole of HCl will consume how many moles of ammonia? 1 mole. If 6 moles of HCl is there, obviously how many moles of ammonia should be present? 6 moles. That means the total moles of ammonia 2x, which is equal to now 6. So x value you will get 3. Once x value you know, 5 minus x, that is the 5 minus 3. 10 minus 3x, that is 9. Okay. 5 minus 3, 2. 10 minus 9, 1. Here 2x will be 6. Okay. After getting the number of moles at equilibrium, then we can find the equilibrium constant. Now what is the volume of the container? It again 10 liter. This is very important. Okay. Now this is number of moles. Now to calculate the concentration, we have to divide it by, we have to write the divided by volume of the container. So we can calculate per liter of the species. Concentration, number of moles of species per liter. Okay. Now Kc is equal to ammonia concentration whole square divided by nitrogen concentration into hydrogen concentration whole cube. Ammonia concentration 6 by 10 whole square whole divided by nitrogen concentration 2 by 10 multiplied by hydrogen concentration 1 by 10 whole cube. If you simplify this expression, you will get 1800. You will get answer is how much? 1800. Okay.